Corporation and portfolio manager with MacNicol Associates Asset Management. Ross, it's nice to see you.
It's nice to be back with you, John.
If we were to pick a bumper sticker to represent the story of stocks so far in March of 2025, is it uncertainty? Is it something else?
I think we have to go with Jerome Powell's uncertainty principle. Okay. And that's very much what we're in, and not likely to get any better either. Now, of course, an optimist would say, well, on next Wednesday, everything's going to become clear. No, it isn't, John. No, we're going to get hit by a bunch of stuff, that's for sure. But how are we going to react to it? And then how are they going to react to our reaction? It goes on and on and on and on.
I feel like the longer it goes on, I have to get more philosophical about it in terms of every day you wake up and you don't quite know what's going to happen, and yet we live our lives. And for the stock market, isn't uncertainty to a certain extent the price of it? Admission.
It very, very much is the price of admission, and of course, one of the clear indications of uncertainty has been the rise in gold, because that, I think, kind of says it all.
Okay, so we won't necessarily be out of this uncertainty period for some time. How are you thinking about the investing landscape as a result? Does it mean that, and does history tell you that in periods of uncertainty, at a certain point, we get used to the uncertainty, and so you should feel good about that? Does it mean that uncertainty creates opportunity? Does it mean that you should be doing wholesale, adjustment of your portfolio? These are the kinds of questions we're getting from a lot of people these days.
Absolutely, and I think the answer is in periods like this, John. What you've really got to do is you got to look for stability, and when I say stability, I'm really talking about finding value companies that have a strong potential of holding their value kind of through thick and thin. And when you have those kinds of portfolios, things work out not too badly. You noticed this morning that the Dow was up nicely. Everybody else is down, but the Dow was up. Well, that's where in the States, if you're going for value stocks, that is one of the great places to go.
Got some industrial names like Honeywell, which could be on the verge of kind of a GE-like breakup, which is higher today. An energy name like Chevron in there higher. You got McDonald's. I imagine people will continue to be eating burgers and fries depending on what happens. So if you're looking for value, what is in the market is listening, ears open, ears ready to sort of take. What goes into determining, a value opportunity in the market?
Okay, when I'm looking for value, I have a kind of a three-step approach. The first thing I do is I look for a strong balance sheet. Okay, because I like the company to be bulletproof. Secondly, I like the price to book to be down and nice and low. In other words, these are companies that are kind of overlooked and pushed aside, like a company like a Power Corp would fit in there. Thirdly, I do like a dividend, of course, and the better. But I also like to find a company that has good upside potential as we measure it. Now, it isn't that potential is going to be realized, John. That isn't the issue. But the point is that if you buy some of these high-tech stocks where the intrinsic value is actually below the current price, then everything has to work out. If you buy a company that's well below its intrinsic value and very, very cheap on a price to book, not much has to work out before your portfolio will be well served.
And on that point about technology, I know that tech has been particularly roughed up since we entered the trade war. But I remember sitting with you here last year
yes,
when you had sold all of your NVIDIA,
yes,
and you had built a case that the run we had seen was impressive, but in light of it, it had changed your thought on tech. And we should probably point out to a lot of people, like the peak for tech arguably was not, earlier this year. It was last year when investors started to have second thoughts about some of these names.
Well, when you're getting not one Chinese company, which was kind of the shot across the board, which is DeepSeek, but now you're getting several Chinese companies that are coming up and saying, look, we can provide cheap artificial intelligence, basically undercutting the North American providers. Then you've got yourself a real issue in terms of the demand for those very, very expensive chips.
Well,